So there you have it. There's two of them. The one on the left goes to this one. That's got the L on it. The L is here, so that one goes to that side. And that's for me to remember as much as anybody. And then the other one goes to this side, of course, and these move freely. And this is the motor here. I'll move in a little closer. You can get a good idea of what that looks like. There's the motor, and that's where the motor and the guide. There's a little guide here, and hold on, and this little guide. When you put it back in, it goes straight into the motor and sticks in there, and it kind of bends into the adjustment rod. And I'm going to clean all this up. This is a mess. So I'm going to clean all this up, grease it up good, put in Doug's bushings there, and we're good to go. So now we have the makeshift sanding block. I've got some pretty heavy-duty sandpaper here, and then I've got some medium sandpaper to do some finishing work. And if you don't use gloves, your fingers are going to hurt. So I'm going to use gloves, and you get the idea. You just lay it flat, sand it until it can fit into your carrier. You see, I've got a long way to go. I've got to get 2 of these in there. So I thought I'd share with you my technique. It seems to work pretty well. I put my thumb right in the middle of it and just go around in circles. It's a lot easier than trying to hold it pinching between 2 fingers. And here we have the finished product. I've put them in with my fingers, and it's in there snug, but I can get them out if I wanted to. See? So you don't have to hammer them in like other people have said. It goes in snug. There's no movement, no play whatsoever. And then it's going to thread right through there. So now I'm buttering up the adjustment rod with some white lithium grease, and I'm going to work that in and put some in my cart also. And then I'm going to thread that puppy on. And look at that. No binding, no play, no trouble. It's all good. So I'm going to thread that all the way to the top and then thread it back down. Okay, so hopefully that looks pretty even. I tried to get it as close as possible to make them exactly the same. Now at this point I'm going to thread them back into the rail, being very careful not to let them turn because they're already set, and I thought I did the other seat where I adjusted it after I installed them. And after reading a couple of articles or a couple of write-ups, somebody suggested doing it this way, and I thought, well, this is probably the better way to do it. You do it here on the outside. You don't have to disassemble everything when we're done. But once I put it in, I'll double check to make sure that they're good, and then I'm going to put it back into the car. All right. All right. So I'm coming up to the tricky part, which is threading it all back in. I'm going to start with this guy. This is the non-L. I want to make sure it doesn't turn when I turn it over, because it has to go in this way, you see. So you see my rail is already up in the up position, and I'm going to slide this guy through, and then drop it down, and make it over the hump. And I'm going to bring this back up, and you can see, or maybe you can't see, but it's being, it's going through this guy here on that side. And I can feel and see the connecting rod. There, you can see it there. Okay, so now it's in. Push it all the way down. It's in, it's in. We'll see where we are. And this is exactly what happened to me before, where I didn't bring it high enough up, carrier high enough up, apparently. Unless it's stuck on something here. Yeah, there we go. So you just kind of have to wiggle it down. And there we go. There's the big Torx bolt. It goes in. And I'm going to move this guy up. I'm going to finger fit these. So there is a certain amount of jiggling and wiggling to get this thing in the way it's supposed to go.